Howdy, folks. Welcome to another edition of the Healthy Way right here on Love 101 FM, the family station. It's a Tuesday, and you know where we're going to Tuesday, right? To the dentist. Now, today we're talking about eating healthy to promote strong teeth in children. Now, the foods children eat directly affect their dental health, both in the short term and long term. What are the best things a parent or caregiver can do for their kids' teeth outside of promoting proper oral hygiene habits is teaching them to make the best nutritional and dietary choices. On this week's show, we'll be discussing how eating healthy can promote strong teeth in children. Sounds interesting, right? Of course, as always. With us this morning is Chantal Richards, dental hygienist at Pure Smiles. Hey, Shan, how are you?
Hi, Chevauni. Good morning. I'm okay. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Good.
Now, let's start with this one. Now, how can some foods be bad for the teeth?
Okay. I think we can know based on just knowing that some things are sweet and some things, they can't be good.
Right.
But we're going to go down to the science of it all. So, foods that are high in carbohydrates, starches, and sugars, they can cause dental decay and naturally have a negative impact on dental health
Mhm.
when consumed in larger amounts or immoderate amounts when left on the teeth too long.
Mm.
And this is because the bacteria naturally present in the mouth, it converts the sugar and the carbohydrates into acid, and that acid breaks down the enamel of the tooth and cause dental decay.
Ah,
And just to point out a fact here that more than 530 million children suffer from dental decay on their baby teeth globally. So across the
wow.
world, there's a huge problem with this.
530 million. Wow.
530 million.
Wow.
Yes,
Wow.
and as you said, it affects them in the short term and also
Long
in the
term.
long term because when it's on the baby teeth and it's severely decayed and that tooth isn't removed,
Mhm.
that decayed tooth can cause the permanent teeth that's coming up to also have a cavity on it
Ah.
too.
Oh. So you have to sort it out from early. Yeah, we must get rid
Yes,
of it. Yeah.
yes.
All right. So with that said, what are some good food options for children?
Okay. So as we said earlier, some foods are bad, and then you have some foods that are far less likely to contribute to cavities. And I remember Dr. Mitchell saying something about this some time ago that
Mhm.
you have some foods like crunchy raw fruits and vegetables,
Right.
like apples and carrots, that can help to remove bacteria that adheres to the teeth.
Mhm.
And it also helps to clean away the teeth too because it's crunchy and the properties that the fruit or the vegetable has, it helps to clean off the teeth also.
Right.
And I want to also mention that melons, celeries, and pears and cucumbers, these fruits and vegetables that have a higher water content, we
Mhm.
want to ensure that we introduce them to the kids as well because they also help to clean the teeth and promote overall health.
Mm. That's good.
Okay,
Good.
but
Oh.
there's a catch to
Mhm.
it. So the fruits and the vegetables, we know that sometimes when we eat a certain fruit, like like a banana or an
Right.
apple or something, it tastes sweet. So
Very
kids
sweet.
not
Yes.
right. So
Yeah.
kids normally gravitate to those sweeter fruits versus something like a pumpkin or something like that
Right.
because um it has the natural sugars. So
Mhm.
because it has the natural sugars now, it sneak up on you,
Right.
and those natural sugars also help to break down the teeth. So you want
Mm.
to ensure that you look out for that, and you want to ensure that you're giving them good food options, but also making sure that they brush and they floss and they rinse in a timely manner.
You said good food options. What walk us through? What are some of the things?
Okay, so the good food options are the raw fruits and vegetables, like the apples and the carrots,
Mhm.
the melons, the celery, pear, cucumbers, and some of these things, we do have them locally.
Mhm.
You want to ensure that you're introducing dairy products to them too, if they can manage the dairy products. If not, you want to give them some type of calcium supplement because calcium is very crucial in strengthening the teeth. It promotes strengthening of the teeth. And you want to ensure that if they're not vegetarian, you're giving them chicken and turkey and fish or
Right.
some type of protein option.
What about milk and yogurt?
Yes,
Good too?
yes, yes. The dairy products. You
Mm.
want to ensure that you're giving them milk and cheese and
Mhm.
yogurt if they can manage
If they
it.
can manage. Good. So milk, yogurt, cheese. You said nuts. You said watermelon. You said
Yes,
celery, cucumbers. All
yes,
right. And so if there's something good, there ought to be something bad. So what are some bad
yes.
options for children?
I think we can get some of those bad things because as adults, we also do choose the bad things
Yes.
also.
Yes.
Even though I just gave you a list of great options to choose from, we
Hmm.
still have to face that reality that
Hmm.
kids are naturally picky eaters.
Yeah.
So this week they like something, and next week you're all over the place trying to search for what they care for
Or
this
they like
week.
it for 2 minutes and you try to give them some more and no, they refuse it.
And they don't
They
want it.
don't
And I
want it.
don't understand the science behind it. So I just sum it up to nature, and this is
Yeah.
just how kids are.
It is
So
what
it
it
makes
is.
things a little bit tricky for the parents or the
Yeah.
caregivers,
Yeah.
and it makes room for them to start developing poor oral eating habits,
Hmm.
because they know have to grab for a snack, especially if the kid is like throwing a tantrum or something. You
Right.
want to give them something to silence them, and you know that it's going to be something
Or
sweet.
the lollipop boy, the ice.
Right, right. Some of them, like my nephew, you can go on the road and him don't say bring back a sweetie for him.
Oh, it's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Right, and then sometimes you have to put your foot down and say, listen, it's not going to work.
Yep.
So they will choose things like snacks and juices and cakes and cookies and all those sweet things
Yeah.
that they want to eat.
Hmm.
And as I mentioned above, these sugary foods and drinks are extremely bad for the teeth.
Hmm. Yeah. So we need to try and sort that out. We,
Yes.
yeah, they don't run things. We are the adults. We're in control. We run things, right?
Sometimes it don't seem so,
Uh,
because these
Tell
kids
me.
are so big.
And I mean, well, Frank, and you just give it to them because you want them to just hush up, you know?
Right. You
Yeah.
want them to just be quiet, so you just shove it
Yes.
on them and
Right.
say go.
Just take it. Well, we're almost out of time, regrettably. But any additional tips, for eating healthy in children? You know?
Okay, so this is my scope now because I'm a prevention specialist in hygiene and in dentistry.
Yeah.
So we want to ensure that we prevent tooth decay as much as possible. So I have the plug for all the tips.
Mm.
Okay, so you want to ensure that you are introducing or including more water in your kids' diet.
Yeah.
And I know they don't want the water, but you have to try again, put your foot down and give them the water and tell them to drink the water. Okay? You want to ensure that you take them to the dentist at least once a year to have those teeth checked.
Right.
And I say that because when I get the kids, when they turn adults now and they come in and I ask them, when was the last time you went to the dentist? I'm getting answers like, 20 years, or it
Mm.
wasn't a thing. My parents didn't take me, so I didn't know that it was a thing.
Right.
So I now have that job of trying to break that cycle of trying to get them to come every 6 months. And it's a
Mm.
very difficult task.
Yeah.
So we want to train up the child in the way that they should go. So even when they're old, they will not depart from it. They will always remember that, hey, mommy took me to the dentist, daddy took me to the dentist, auntie took me to the dentist, and they will develop that habit now of wanting to go. And they will pass these things on to
Hmm.
their children.
Yeah.
So we're breaking cycles over here. And we want to do that. So we want to ensure that we're teaching them how to make the right choices
Right.
today.
Right.
And this will lead to better changes for the future.
Right.
So it
Yeah.
can be something as simple as taking them to the dentist, or helping them to choose better food options, or teaching them how to be better people,
Hmm. That's the thing.
right?
We have to balance life. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. We have to
Right.
balance
You
life.
get to foster healthy and well balanced diet also for your children.
Hmm.
And that will help them to form healthy habits in the future.
Right.
And something I should point out is that I know that sometimes it's a little bit difficult for it's a little bit difficult for parents to sometimes afford these things
Mm-hmm.
for the kids to get, like the milk and the stuff like that. So when I was in primary school, I used to appreciate the Nutri milk and stuff that they used to come around with, because
Yeah.
I know that persons at the school, they could not afford to get the milk until these milk came to the school,
Right.
right? So I think that that's a much bigger discussion and separate and apart from the point. But we want to ensure that we try. And when I say milk, I'm not talking about condensed milk.
Yeah.
You don't want to give them the condensed milk because that is full of sugar. You want to give
Mm-hmm.
them whole milk. And if they can't manage the whole milk, like if they have an intolerance to it, you want to give them some type of milk
Mm-hmm.
substitute or calcium rich milk
Right.
substitute.
Very well. Quite a mouthful. Quite interesting.
Yes,
Yeah. And yeah, we're encouraging our parents to do better. They're in charge. We must promote strong teeth um, from as early as possible. Healthy teeth. Yeah.
yes.
So that's it. Where can we find again, Chan?
You can find us at 88 Barbican Road. That's Barbican Business Center in Unit 12. You can find us online at Pure Smiles JA. You can visit the website at www.puresmilesjamaica.com, or you can give us a call at 876-798-7107.
Thanks, a friend. Appreciate it. All the best.
Before I go though, Chevauni, I have something that I want to say.
Yes.
Today is Dr. Dana's birthday. And
Oh!
yes,
Oh my.
and this seems to be a reminder to you. So
Oh, are you gonna do that?
you seem surprised. So I just want to wish her a happy birthday
Yes.
and let her know that she's loved and we appreciate her at
Yes.
Pure Smiles.
Yes.
She's an amazing leader to us and we continue to look up to her. And for those of you who want to wish her a happy birthday, you can send us a message on our social media
Yeah.
and let her know that she's